What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Stream-Lpcruz212. Welcome aboard to one of two Genshin streams today. Now, the first part of the stream is going to be going through all 32 football teams' schedules, because the next month NFL preseason does begin, and I know a lot of people don't pay attention to preseason, which preseason doesn't count. It's normally like for the rookies to actually try out to get into the starting lineup, actually. But, however, because football's around the corner, basically, I do want to go over football team schedules, and I legit had to alternate my setup. So I'm on my computer desk right now with my laptop right next to me on my right hand side, and then my TV right in front of me as well, in case you guys are wondering, because I don't want to try and there's going to be times where I got to pause the game and then go over the schedule at the same time, but I'm going to try to multitask as much as I can, so bear with me, okay? Please do, because this is not easy. It's not easy doing stuff like this. Alrighty then, so... Hello. Oh, it's the Leyline Overflow event. Okay. Well, not Overflow event, but you know what I'm talking about. Alrighty then, let's see. Okay. Let's see if I can actually try to multitask here real quick as possible. So, let's see what I can actually do. Let me just move my giant hat real quick. Actually, since we're on the topic, I'll also get my giant hat on. There we go. Ugh, jeez, it's a little tight on my head. Okay, here we go. Alrighty then. So let's get right to the point here. So let's get started with Raven's schedule. Oh, nice. It actually gives me like a new tab. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, that's right. You can actually print their schedules. That's awesome. Later. So let's see here. This is August. These are preseason schedules, so... Okay, here we go. Okay, let's go, shall we? We're gonna get started. Where is that little kid? Oh, there he is.
Next on the agenda.
Alright. Just let this play over. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so Week 1, on September 5th, the Baltimore Ravens will be having a rematch against the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 1 against them. So that's going to be a good game. So hopefully the Ravens start out strong and see if they could try to get the Chiefs to 0-1. So they go 1-0, see if they could get a hot start. Week 2 of their schedule, they're facing against the Las Vegas Raiders. So they'll be at home in Baltimore, Maryland. So that one should be a good one, I believe, since Antonio Pierce is now the head coach of the Vegas Raiders. He's probably going to bring a winning culture back to that team, but that's going to be a good one. Week 3 against the freaking Dallas Cowboys. Hate the Cowboys so freaking much. It's not even funny. I hope Baltimore beats the living daylights out of them. But it should be a good one, actually. Should be good. I could see Baltimore getting a win against them. Their next one's a tough game in week 4. Buffalo Bills. I'm just hoping the Buffalo Bills are not a shell of their former selves. But however, like, these two teams should be giving it their all once they face each other. Although not division rivals, but these two teams always give it their all when they face each other. They always come up with good games. Now, week 5, they'll be facing off against the Cincinnati Bengals, which is like their division rival. However, that's going to be good with Joe Burrow back in the starting slot as quarterback. They should be able to like have a great game against the Ravens, but I don't know who's going to win that one, but with that it should be a good game between these two division rivals.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Next one, I think the Ravens are going to have an easy win off the Washington Commanders. So
embrace the ice.
oh, got me right there. Oh shoot. There we go. Oh, round 3. This should be easy.
Solidify.
Born of ice and frost.
Yeah, there you go. Hell yeah. Alright, so week 6, October 13th for Ravens and Washington Commanders. That should be an easy win for Baltimore. They should be able to actually win against Washington, because Washington is not a good team. I'll tell you that for sure. And this is coming from... Hey, Julius! Welcome! You're just in time for me to go over. Oh man, he'll be making his debut as an announcer with the Cowboys game. Honestly, man, that's gonna be great. I'll tell you that for sure. Like seeing Tom Brady as a commentator, like, I'm looking forward to it though. Week 7, the Ravens will be facing off against Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Oh yeah, you and I both.
It's so nice to de-stress.
And this is coming from a Giants fan. Or camera, I kid you not, that like will see me do so much stupid things to make fun of Dallas. Ah man, that would be a freaking thing to enjoy. Wait, how much is the PS4 camera? I mean, like, the last time I checked, it was like, I don't know how much. But I know it had like a built-in mic, I know that for sure. I could just look it up right now. The PS4 camera. According to this looks like... I think there's a few different models. It kind of depends, because I think there's one for $20. But I don't know like how I feel about that. But that's kind of baloney. But Baker Mayfield... It says Baker Mayfield is the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, let's put it this way. We'll talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers later when I reveal their schedule. So let's just continue on with Ravens.
Oh, the sun's out. When did that happen?
Next, their Week 8 schedule is gonna be against Cleveland Browns in Cleveland, Ohio.
We're way behind schedule.
That's another division game for Baltimore. So I think that's gonna be a great game between these two. I mean, let's put it this way. Joe Flacco, who took the Browns to the playoffs, right? Despite coming back in the middle of the season, towards the end of the season, which is phenomenal. I didn't think that Joe Burrow still had it in him. If you guys seen the way he played last year, man, he looked like he was still in his prime. He took the team to the playoffs. Even though they're a one and done, but still, I mean, that was a good way for the Browns to actually, like, make the playoffs, though, but, like, have a great record on a high note. I mean, I've seen this team struggle so many times, though, even when I was young. But seeing them in the 2020... We'll see. We'll see, Julius. We will see. Next game, the Ravens will be facing off against the Denver Broncos. That should be an easy win because the Denver Broncos have been on their ups and downs as of late. I mean, let's put it this way. I think last year the Broncos had made some records in many bad ways. I mean, the blowout loss to the Miami Dolphins. Let's see though. The 49ers should have won against the Chiefs in their second meet. And the reason why they should have won that was the only reason I say they should have won that game is because they messed up on that final play of first and goal. Because they could have prevented the Chiefs from doing that special play. And if they would have done that, then they could have sealed the win right there. Time when it ran out, 49ers could have won the game. But as I was saying, Broncos, let's see, either they're going to be better this year or they're going to go on another downward spiral, give or take. Because I've seen this team have ups and their downs. So we're going to have to see how that's going to play out. Another division rival game. Yeah, a fatal mistake. That's correct. All the 49ers had to do was call a timeout. All they had to do was call a timeout, try to stop that play from happening. If they could have stopped it, time would have ran out, and the game would have been over. Or an interception could have sealed the deal. And with the Chiefs are saying, oh, they want a three-peat, they better be careful what they're asking for, because let's put it this way, if this wakes up the New York Giants, they could cause another upset, basically. And we haven't seen the Giants upset a team since they defeated the undefeated Patriots in 2008. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the Giants are the only team that has actually made this feat by beating Brady and the Patriots when they were undefeated at that time.
If you lie on the grass, you can
Super
feel
Bowl
the heartbeat
42.
of the world.
Basically, like the biggest upset in Super Bowl history. Can the Giants actually be good this year and try to get another Super Bowl run? Yeah, Brock Purdy, he's a great quarterback. This kid is great. He's good on the field. He knows how to survey the field, and he knows how to orchestrate that offense. Like, once he throws that ball, and one of his best wide receivers gets it, they're gone. They are gone. Yeah, but as I was saying, the Bengals and the Ravens should have a great game against each other. But who's going to get the first one off the first meet? We don't know. Week 11, they'll be facing off against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which the Pittsburgh Steelers has a streak of so many winning records, which in fact is the best, basically.
Let's go to
and
stabilize.
Like if the Steelers keep playing the way they are, like I think I see the Steelers going to another Super Bowl. I mean, I haven't seen the Steelers in the Super Bowl since they lost to the Packers, basically. Because let's put it this way:
Order guide you.
Steelers knows how to make great games.
Place my hammer.
They know how to make great games. They know how. I would love to see the Lions in the Super Bowl. The Lions came so close last year, like it wasn't even funny. Like if the Lions would have gotten to the Super Bowl, I'm telling you, it could have been this could have been a story for the ages. Lions and Chiefs. Story for the ages. This could have been a good rivalry between the Chiefs and Lions. It is the coach's fault. Because you want to know why, right? Because he kept going for it on 4th down when the points matter the most. That's why the 49ers were able to come back and win it. Now, if the coach was smart enough to put his faith in the kicker, right, to get the points, then they could have gone to the Super Bowl. It's all about, yeah, there are times you could take the risk you have to take a risk when you know if the timing is right. If you keep taking risks like that, the other team will find out and they will snuff you out. And the reason why I know this because I watched that Patriots versus Falcons Super Bowl when the Falcons were smoking the Patriots.
Where do you want to go next?
They freaking just shut their offensive defense off because they got way too comfortable. Way too comfortable. So yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers and Ravens. That should be a good one. And then the Ravens will be traveling to LA for Week 12 on November 25th to face off against the Los Angeles Chargers. And
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Week 13, they will be facing off against
but where are
the Philadelphia Eagles, which I hope which I hope Fischel and the Baltimore Ravens will knock off. I'll hate them in the Philadelphia Eagles, because I really want the Ravens to actually help us beat the Eagles for stealing Saquon Barkley from us. I'm still salty over that. I'm so salty over that. Because the Giants didn't come up with a deal for Saquon Barkley to keep him. Week 14 is a bye week. And week 15, ooh. The Ravens will be facing off against my New York Giants. That's going to be a good one because the Giants and Ravens have always had great games against one another. But I can say this though. Ah, man. Let's change up the party here. This is a 1 o'clock game. Well, you know. We'll see how that game goes. Week 16, oh, nuts. Sorry. I actually burped right there. Who doesn't hate the Cowboys? Like, we all hate the Cowboys. Week 16, they'll be facing off against the Steelers. They're facing off the Steelers once again. And this time they'll be at Baltimore for this one. Houston Texans in week 17. And then week 18 against the Cleveland Browns. So yeah, that's their schedule. So now we move on. Okay. Alright. Bengals schedule. Now let's see. Remember guys, the schedules are a little different. So like with the division teams, I don't have to go over it. Okay. This is preseason, so this don't count. Alright, regular season, so week 1, they'll be facing off against the New England Patriots. Week 2, they'll be facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs at Kansas City, Missouri, at Arrowhead Stadium. Week 3, they'll be facing off against the Washington Commanders. That's going to be an easy win for the Bengals. And obviously week 4, that's going to be an easy win at the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte, North Carolina, Bank of America Stadium. Week 5, as I said before, they're facing off against the Baltimore Ravens. Actually, that's the division game, so I don't have to go over that again. Week 6, they got the New York Giants. So they're going to be playing at MetLife Stadium. Week 7, they'll be facing off against the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland, Ohio. They are a good team. They are. But I do have to say this, though, that
At the ready.
the Ravens really did improve last year. They really did. If the Ravens freaking kept their act together in the AFC Championship round against the freaking Chiefs, they could have made it to the Super Bowl. And my prediction could have came true. It would have been a Ravens versus Lions, where Detroit would have gotten their revenge game against Baltimore. But since that didn't happen, because Lamar Jackson fell apart. That's what drove me nuts. Let's see. Week 8, they'll be facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles. Flowers. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ah, man. I always forget that rule is in effect now. Like, dude.
In the name of the Prinzessin.
That taunting rule really changed the way how football is now. So week 8, the Bengals got the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 9, they got the Raiders. So I think we'll have to see how the Raiders are going to be this year, though, depending, because Antonio Pierce is now the head coach, like I said. Ah, man. Yep, I agree. I totally agree. And then week 10, like I said, they're going to be Bengals and Ravens face each other twice this year because they're division rivals. So they'll be facing Baltimore at M&T Stadium in Maryland. Week 11, they're going to be in LA to face off against the Los Angeles Chargers. Week 12, bye week. Week 13, they'll be facing the Steelers. Week 14, they'll be facing them damn Cowboys. So yeah. Hopefully the Bengals will beat the freaking Cowboys. Because the freaking Cowboy fans talk so much trash. It reminds me of Arataki Ito. Yeah, that's it. Arataki Ito and the Dallas Cowboys. Because they both talk trash. That's it. That's right. They always both talk trash. Arataki Ito and the Dallas Cowboys. And then whenever the Cowboys freaking lose, you could just hear Paimon saying, "Y'all still them boys." And then all you hear is, "Shut up, Lavender Melon."
On reveal by...
It was just a stupid mistake. You come with so many excuses. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
No rest for the wicked.
Access denied. I can fix this.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All hail.
The Chargers got a coach from Michigan State. I know his coaching ethics. He's really good. And he recently won a championship with Michigan University. So yeah, I freaking totally forgot about that.
Let it rain.
Ouch. Yeah, that's right. That's definitely correct. I remember. Okay. Moving on. Week 15, they'll face off against the Tennessee Titans in Nashville. Obviously, Nissan Stadium. Week 16, the Bengals will be facing off against the Cleveland Browns. Since they're division rivals, like I said, they face each other twice this year. They face each other twice. Week 17, they got the Denver Broncos. Week 18 is Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's their schedule. Now we go to the Browns.
Hey, there's something strange over there.
Yeah,
come on,
like,
let's take a look.
That one against the 49ers, that was a good Super Bowl. That was a close one. A very close Super Bowl. Why did I go this way? Was there... Oh, that's why. Safe conduct. No thanks. Accept. Okay. We all know this already. Week one, the Browns will be facing off against the Dallas Cowboys. And then week 2, they're facing the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. And then, let's see. What's their next? And then week 3, they got the New York Giants.
I'll race you there.
Which they'll be coming to MetLife in week 3 on September 9th. No, September 22nd. No, they're not coming to MetLife. No, the Giants are going to be in. Oh hell no, you chumps!
Not so hard. No touching.
Oh wow, I missed.
We're waiting.
All right, y'all want to? Yo, this is no time to be ganging up on my Ganyu.
Get him.
Haha, that's what you get for turning your back on your opponent, chump. And then obviously like week 4. Dang, like almost the AFC North is freaking facing against the Raiders. Like what on earth is going on over here? Time out. Like the entire AFC North is facing the Raiders. That's crazy. And then almost every team in the AFC North is facing the Commanders as well. So week 4, Vegas Raiders for the Cleveland Browns. Then week 5, the Browns are facing off against the Commanders. Week 6, they're facing the Eagles. Obviously, week 7, they're facing against the Bengals. And week 8, Baltimore Ravens. Ooh, back-to-back division games. That's going to be an interesting one to watch. Week 9, they'll be facing off against the LA Chargers at home. Week 10, they got a bye week. And then they'll be facing off against the Saints in week 11. Week 12, Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 13, Denver Broncos. Week 14, Steelers again. And then week 15, they'll be facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs. Then week 16, Cincinnati Bengals. Week 17, the Miami Dolphins. And week 18 against the Baltimore Ravens. So that concludes their schedule. Now going up Pittsburgh Steelers. Accept. Alright, now let's see. Not going through this again. Okay. Okay, so here it is. The Falcons... Actually, wait. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be facing off against the Atlanta Falcons week 1, September 8th. Then their next game is week 2 against the Denver Broncos. Week 3, they'll be facing off against the Los Angeles Chargers. In week 4, they'll be at Indiana facing off against the Indianapolis Colts. Week 5, Dallas Cowboys. Week 6, they'll be facing off against the Las Vegas Raiders. Jeez, the AFC North is really facing the Raiders this year, huh? Wow. I wonder if the AFC North is gonna conquer the Raiders this year. That's gonna be funny. Week 7, they'll be facing off the New York Jets. Week 8, they got the Giants. Ooh, 2 different New York teams. So let's see. I think my prediction is that they'll beat the Jets, and then week 8 they'll lose to the Giants. I think that's my prediction. Week 9 they got a bye week. Week 10 they got the Commanders. Week 11 they got the Baltimore Ravens. Week 12, holy shit. Uh-oh. That ain't gonna be looking good. Yo, I think the Steelers got a triple whammy over here. They got the Baltimore Ravens week 11, Cleveland Browns week 12, Cincinnati. Oh my God, yo, I feel bad for the. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God, yo, this is freaking crazy. They got like 4 division games in a row. Look at this. Week 11, Baltimore Ravens. The Steelers got the Baltimore Ravens in week 11. Week 12, the Cleveland Browns. Week 13, the Cincinnati Bengals. In week 14, they faced the Cleveland Browns again. So that's like 4 division games in a row, which they gotta face the Cleveland Browns again. Holy shit, that's a... ladies and gentlemen, I think I found out who's got the tough schedule right now this year, and I think the Steelers got a tough schedule. Holy moly, man, yo, this is so funny. Okay, then week 15, they face the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. Week 16, they faced Baltimore again. Yes, that's tough for the Steelers. Oh my God, yo. Mark this down in the chat. I think we're gonna have... So Steelers got the tough schedule right now, so... I'm gonna have to freaking mark this one down as like the tough schedule for the Steelers. Week 17, Kansas City Chiefs. And week 18, Cincinnati Bengals. This has to be the Steelers' toughest schedule right now. Despite the fact that they had like 12 consecutive winning seasons. I think 12. Let me check. I think I could be wrong. I think it's more than that. And how many winning seasons? Is this thing right? Is it, okay. Mike Tomlin. He's at age 36. He's the current head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he has 17. I repeat, 17 non-losing seasons. So that means he's got 17 winning seasons. That's a freaking streak right there. And the Steelers had made the playoffs since then. 17 winning seasons Mike Tomlin's had. And he's taken this team to the playoffs. Like, shoot. You could tell that this guy, when he retires as a head coach, or whatever, yeah, they got a really good coach. And he's only 36 years old. 36, the youngest head coach in the NFL. Seventeen winning seasons. That is a record that cannot be broken. Like, if he freaking gets to 21 straight winning seasons, like yo, he's gonna be a future Hall of Famer when he retires as a head coach. No doubt about it. Like shoot, the Steelers and the Packers are the two organizations that know how to build their build their players. That's what it is. They know how to build their freaking players. So that's something I wish the Giants could have learned, so that way they could have like a winning culture once again for their team. Because like Steelers are good at building players. Packers, they're known for building quarterbacks. They're known for that. Like when Jordan Love took over for last year's season, no one expected him and the Packers to go to the playoffs. Once, like, I think after the second half of their season, they freaking were in playoff form already. They were winning games. And they beat the Cowboys in Jerry World. Which, that was the freaking icing on the cake right there. Which freaking made me laugh so freaking hard. Oh man, dude, like.
My apologies.
This is why you gotta respect the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, they are a great team. Like, if I see the Steelers go to another Super Bowl, right, and get their 7th, oh man, they'll have the 18th consecutive winning season and a 7th Super Bowl. Okay. Ayaka, where are you going? Oh yeah. I agree to that. You're not wrong there.
I'll race you there.
He knocked my Baron Bunny.
Go, go, Baron Bunny. No escape.
He almost hit a home run off my Baron Bunny. Oh yeah, the 49ers. Yeah, but like, the thing about the Packers and the 49ers, here's the thing. The Packers and the 49ers know how to draw a good game. No matter what. No matter what's at stake. If it's the playoffs or it's just a regular season, they got a rivalry between these two teams. Not gonna lie right there. Not gonna lie right there. These two teams always play tremendous against one another. But always give credit where credit is due between these two teams. And that's the reason why I respect both of these teams. Both the Packers and the 49ers. Because they play great football. They play great football. Now anyway, now we're moving to the AFC East. I will be going with the Miami Dolphins. Alright. Miami Dolphins has had their ups and downs, but I want to know if the Dolphins are going to be good this year or not. But we're going to have to see. Okay, so the Miami Dolphins will be facing off against the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, that's an easy one for the Dolphins because Falcons always find a way to choke when it counts the most. Okay, so I think that's a win there. Ah, definitely. Definitely. And then week 2 for the Miami Dolphins. They'll be facing off against the Washington Commanders. Week 3, they're facing off against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Which, that's going to be a good game. They'll be just traveling to Tampa Bay, actually, since they're in Miami. Oh, no. My bad, guys. This is preseason. Oops. Error. That's my error. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Nope. Sorry, guys. That didn't count. I apologize about that. Okay. Now we're moving to the best part right here. Week 1. The Miami Dolphins will be facing off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 2, they'll be facing off against the Buffalo Bills. That's going to be a good one, and that's a division game right there for the AFC East. Week 3, they'll be facing off against the Seattle Seahawks. Up in Seattle, Washington. That's going to be a good one. Week 4, they'll be facing off against the Tennessee Titans. Week 5, they'll be facing off against the New England Patriots. That's an interesting one to see. They'll be at Gillette Stadium. And then
Astra Abyssos.
Week 5.
Thank you for completing today's commissions.
I already said week 5. My bad.
Here is your reward.
My bad. Week 6 is a bye week for them. Kind of early, but you know,
Error.
I'll take that. Week 7, they'll be facing off against the Indianapolis Colts. Week 8, they'll be facing off against the Arizona Cardinals. Week 9, Buffalo Bills.
Hey, there's something strange over there. Come on,
which is
let's
another
take a
division
look.
game right there. Week 10, they'll be facing off the LA Rams. So that's another good one there. Week 11, Las Vegas Raiders. Week 12, the New England Patriots once again. Week 13, they'll be facing off against the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field. Week 14, the New York Jets. Week 15, they'll be facing off against the Houston Texans in Houston. Week 16, the 49ers. The Dolphins got the 49ers this year, so I think the 49ers may have an easy win right here because we don't know how good the Dolphins are going to be this year. Week 17 against the Cleveland Browns, and Week 18, New York Jets. So that concludes that schedule. Now we go to the Buffalo Bills schedule. Alrighty. Oh, that's right. I don't have to. That's right, I don't have to do that. Okay. Accept. Yes, they are. This is the regular season, right? What story? Nouvelette's story? I'm currently still doing Nouvelette's story.
This
Not
realm
done
is
with it
truly
yet.
beginning to thrive.
But right now, this is the first of 2 streams still. The second stream is going to be focused solely on Nouvelette's quest. This is the first stream where I'm going to be covering the football schedule for every 32 football teams. So in case if you guys don't know what's going on over here, why I'm doing 2 separate streams. So I want to throw that up there to let you guys know. So, here we go. So, here's the Bills schedule.
If you ever have...
That's good. Back to the Little Harbor. There you go. That's actually better. We got 1,000 original wrestling. Okay. Week 1, we have the Buffalo Bills will be facing off against the Arizona Cardinals. Week 2 already went over, so they're facing Miami Dolphins. Week 3, they'll be facing off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 4, they'll be traveling to Baltimore to face out the Baltimore Ravens. Week 5, they'll be facing off against the Houston Texans. Week 6, they're facing off the New York Jets, which they will be going to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. And Week 7, they'll be facing off against the Tennessee Titans. Week 8, they travel to Seattle to face off against the Seattle Seahawks. Week 9, they'll be facing off against the Miami Dolphins, which is a division rivalry game. Because it's, like I said, I don't have to go over this again. Week 10, they're facing off against the Indianapolis Colts. Week 11, they'll be facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're home at that. And they're going to be home. Running. That's going to be a good one. So this is going to be a 4 o'clock game. So I highly recommend you tune into that game and actually watch this one, because that's going to be a great one. Week 12, they have a bye week. Week 13, they'll be facing off against the San Francisco 49ers. That's going to be an awesome game. I could see it happening right now. That this will be a close game, and I'm predicting for week 13 that this is going to be going into overtime. And I got a feeling that it's either going to be the 49ers winning this game or the Bills barely surviving.
What should I try this?
We'll have to see. Week 14, they'll be facing off against the Rams. So they'll be traveling to LA to face out the Los Angeles Rams. Week 15, they'll be facing off against the Detroit Lions. So they'll be going to Ford Field for that one. Week 16, they'll be facing off the New England Patriots. Week 17, they face the Jets again.
Hey, there's something strange
and then
over
week
there.
18, their
Come
last
on,
game
let's take a
will
look.
be against the New England Patriots. So this schedule is done. So now we go to the Patriots schedule. All right. Okay, good. I'm keeping my wrestling up more to keep it way above 200, so that way, like when I face off against that Boston Fontaine for Siege Wings boss materials, that way I'll be doing doing co-op sometime this week with Venom and Fire, so that way we can actually pick on it without pissing it off. Which is this guy right over here. Hydrotolpa. We just gotta make sure that we do the Super Bloom right, so that way he doesn't get pissed off. Because, you know, there are times when a boss does get pissed off and they can actually just one-hit you if you pick on them too many times. Okay, so let's do this, do that. Alrighty then, now. Patriots. I'm trying to freaking go through the schedule as fast as possible though, but like doing all 32 football team schedule is not easy. That's why I said this is going to be a tough stream. There we go. This is preseason. Regular season. Okay, here we go.
Jean will be upset if she catches us lazing around like this.
The Patriots will start off their season with against the Cincinnati Bengals. They'll start their game on the road. Week 2, they'll be home against the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I don't know how the Patriots are going to perform this year because Bill Belichick is no longer the head coach of the New England Patriots. So I don't know what's going to happen between these two. Week 3, they'll be facing off against the Jets.
I feel like running.
Week 4, they'll be facing off against the San Francisco 49ers. And then week 5, they'll be facing off against the Miami Dolphins. Week 6, they're facing off against the Houston Texans. So I think they got 2 home games right now. Week 7, they'll be on the road against the Jacksonville Jaguars at Wembley Stadium in Florida. Then week 8, they'll be facing off against the New York Jets at home at Gillette Stadium. Week 9, they'll be facing off against the Tennessee Titans. Week 10, the Chicago Bears. Week 11, the Los Angeles Rams. Week 12, they'll be facing the Dolphins once again at Hard Rock Stadium. And then week 13, they'll be facing off against the Indianapolis Colts.
Jean will be upset if she catches us lazing around like this.
Week 14 will be their bye week. Week 15, they'll be facing off against the Arizona Cardinals. Week 16, Buffalo Bills. Week 17, the Los Angeles Chargers. And week 18 is the Buffalo Bills once again. All right, so that schedule is done. Now we look at the Jets schedule. Now, there's some difficulties with the New York Jets, so I don't know how this is going to turn out since Aaron Rodgers has not been showing up to mandatory minicamp for the New York Jets, so I don't know how much trouble he's going to be.
I feel like running.
And I know everybody's been wanting to see Aaron Rodgers come back after he tore his Achilles last year. So I'm hoping he does come back in some form. Okay. Week 1. Week 1 is a Monday night game for them already, so they'll be facing off against the 49ers. Week 2, they'll be facing off against the Tennessee Titans.
Come on,
so they already have 2 road games so far. Week 3, the New England Patriots. That's their home opener in week 3. Week 4, the Denver Broncos. Week 5, they'll be facing off against the Vikings. Week 6, they'll be facing against the Buffalo Bills. Week 7, they'll be up against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh, PA. And Week 8, they'll be facing off the Patriots once again. Week 9, the Houston Texans.
I feel like running.
Week 10, they'll be facing off against the Arizona Cardinals. And then Week 11, they're going to be facing off the Indianapolis Colts. Week 12 is a bye week, so that's their day off. And then Week 13, they'll be facing off against the Seattle Seahawks at MetLife Stadium. Week 14, they'll be at Miami, Florida, at Hard Rock Stadium against the Miami Dolphins. Week 15, Jacksonville Jaguars. And Week 16, the LA Rams. Week 17, the Buffalo Bills. And then they'll be wrapping up their season against the Miami Dolphins at Week 18. So, that's done with the AFC East. So, okay, let's get this started.
Let me guess. Need something tailor-made?
There you go. That is a little bit better. There we go. That's better. Hat was getting a little tight on me. Okay. Now it's time to go to the Houston Texans schedule. Like, I'm trying to like browse through this as much as I can. Like, you know, this isn't easy. So I need you guys to really bear with me on this.
Sure.
Oh, oops. Okay. No, thanks. All right. So no, this is this a glitch or something? Oh, that's a Hall of Fame game. So Texas and the Bears got a Hall of Fame game. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't think this through. Football season is legit like almost like it's like 3 weeks away. Let me see. What we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, nuts. We're like almost less than a month away till August 1st. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, holy crud. So football's starting on August 1st, guys. So who would have thought? Usually football starts in the towards the middle of August. I didn't think it was gonna start in the beginning of August. Holy mackerel. Jesus, I gotta get my Giant stuff out in 2 weeks. They got a Hall of Fame game. They're facing off against the Chicago Bears.
Solidify.
Oh man, dude, I didn't think that through.
Gather.
No touching. We're way behind schedule.
There you go.
Kami-sato art. Sumetsu.
This is order.
These guys are gonna go. We'll get through this in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Just give me 1 second. I
We're not ice and
apologize.
frost. We're way behind.
Stabilize.
Ah, you chicken.
For Rex Lapis. My apologies.
Gather.
me start with this guy first. Hell no. He's out.
Order guide.
Out for the count. What's that?
Access denied.
What the heck was that? I didn't like where that was going. I don't know what it was, but I think something must have fell over,
We're way
like
behind
on my
schedule.
computer desk. I don't know. Okay, so the Texans have a Hall of Fame game against the Chicago Bears. So that's an interesting one. Ooh, which one's this one? Oh. This could help Amber out just a bit, though. Because Amber has an attack goblet, so... If this can actually help out with defense and elemental mastery, including crit rate. But if the substat is a crit damage, which I don't know if it's actually going to work out. Though, but if it does hit crit damage as the hidden fourth substat, then that means that I'm gonna have a lucky. That means that I have a lucky goblet that could actually help me get Amber up to 200% and more. That can legit help out a lot. Now, and then that's basically it. So I'm not gonna go through the rest of the preseason games. So here we go. Oh shit! They gotta face the Bears twice this year. Well, that's the Hall of Fame game. That's on a Thursday, 7:20. Yeah, I'll be able to see that game. Hey, at least there's some football. Maybe on August 1st. So week 1, they will be facing off against the Indianapolis Colts. Week 2, they'll be facing off against the Chicago Bears. Week 3, they'll be facing off against the Minnesota Vikings. Week 4, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 5, they'll be facing off against the Bills. Week 6, New England Patriots. Week 7, they got the Packers. And then week 8, they got the Colts again. Week 9, the New York Jets. Week 10, the Detroit Lions. Week 11, the Dallas Cowboys. Week 12, Tennessee Titans. Week 13, they'll be facing off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 14, they got a bye. Week 15, the Miami Dolphins. Week 16, they'll be facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 17, Baltimore Ravens. Their last game of the season will be Week 18 against the Tennessee Titans. So, their schedule is done. And we'll move on to the Colts. Let's do this one again. Here's the thing. I'm not giving that to Amber until... Hold on a second. Let's give my character some buffs. Nope. Not even close. That's a defense in.
Born of ice and frost. Whirling snow. No touching.
This is like her ult.
Solidify! I will have order!
Take flight, born of ice and frost. Scrubs!
Wrong character.
Scatter!
Yeah, if I take him out now, then...
Sakura swirl!
Where'd he go?
Access denied.
He's out.
This is long overdue.
Oh, wait.
Stabilize!
Oh, hell no.
Order guide you!
Born of ice and frost.
Yeah, there you go. Down for the count. Okay. The Colts. Okay, so this is... They're part of AFC South, right? Yeah, they're part of the AFC South. Okay. Okay, so they're going to start their... They're going to start... Oh, Energy Recharge and Elemental Mastery. Oh, that is pretty rare. Energy Recharge. I don't think Amber needs Energy Recharge. But, like... Okay, so... The Colts start their season with the Houston Texans, with their division rival, and then week 2 they'll be facing off against the Green Bay Packers. And then week 3 they face the Chicago Bears. Week 4, Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 5 they face off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then week 6 is the Tennessee Titans. Week 7, Miami Dolphins. Week 8 will be the Houston Texans. Week 9, Minnesota Vikings. Week 10, Buffalo Bills. And then week 11, they'll be facing off against the New York Jets. Week 12, Detroit Lions. Oh, man. Week 13 they'll be facing off against the New England Patriots. Week 14, they'll have a bye week. Week 15, they'll be facing off against the Broncos. Week 16, they'll be facing off against the Tennessee Titans. Week 17, the Colts will be facing the Giants. And week 18, their last game of the season will be the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that wraps it up there. And then you move to... Guys, I'll be right back. Let me go get something to snack on, so give me like a few seconds. Sorry about that, guys. Just I need something to snack on because my stomach was starting to growl on me. So I apologize for the inconvenience. Alrighty then. So moving on to the Jacksonville Jaguars schedule. So, week 1, they'll be facing off against the Miami Dolphins. Week 2, they'll be facing off against the Cleveland Browns. Week 3 is the Buffalo Bills. Week 4 is the Houston Texans. So I think they're gonna have two road games in a row. Week 5 is going to be the Indianapolis Colts. So they'll be home. Week 6 is the Chicago Bears. Week 7, New England Patriots. Week 8, Green Bay Packers. Week 9, the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 10, Minnesota Vikings. Week 11, Detroit Lions at Ford Field in Detroit. Week 12 is a bye week. And Week 13 is going to be Houston Texans. Week 14 is going to be the Tennessee Titans. Week 15 is against the New York Jets. Week 16, the Vegas Raiders. Week 17 is going to be the Tennessee Titans. And then they're going to wrap up their season on Week 18 against the Colts. Now, the Jaguars weren't that good last year after their quarterback got injured, which is Trevor Lawrence, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's his name. Let me just check once again. Let me just check. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence got injured last year, and the Jaguars have actually extended his contract, which you guys know that H. Joshi is not happy with the decision that the Jaguars made. Okay, I get it. You guys want to keep him long term, but you guys got to understand like what's at stake here, because you guys need to also pay your other players as well. And he's coming off from an injury too. So you gotta think about it, because there are times a quarterback does not play well after a quarterback gets injured. Because you have to think that you got to think through about a quarterback's longevity with the organization. Like if a quarterback like torches his ACL or torches his Achilles, or tears a ligament in his arm or in any way, right, or any part of injury that's the season ending. And even after they come out from an injury, you got to think about like what you're going to go through long term with the quarterback. Like, do you want to take a chance with that quarterback and give him an extension, or you try something new with a rookie quarterback and see how he performs? So you got to know what's at risk here. Because if Trevor Lawrence does not perform at the level that he was a year before he got injured, then that would be the biggest mistake that the Jacksonville Jaguars has ever made. Like, I'm sorry, but I do agree with H. Joshi on what he said about the contract negotiation. So I can see what he's talking about, and I know he has a point.
My apologies.
Right.
Access denied.
Exactly.
We're way behind schedule. For Rex Lapis.
Take him out first because that abyss makes him jump.
Born of ice and frost.
This is order. Gather.
No touching. My apologies.
This guy just made a bad move.
Embrace the ice.
He's out.
Take flight. Access denied. No touching. My apologies. Blaze over.
He's cornered. He's dead.
Solidify.
How's it feel to get cornered, chump? Alright. So now, moving on to the Tennessee Titans schedule. Okay, so the regular season, week 1, they'll be facing off the Chicago Bears. Obviously, I did go over week 2 with the Jets, so the Jets and Titans are facing each other. Week 3, they got the Green Bay Packers. Week 4, they got the Miami Dolphins. Week 5, they got a bye week. It's pretty early. Week 6, Indianapolis Colts. Week 7, Buffalo Bills. Week 8, they'll be facing off against the Detroit Lions. Week 9, New England Patriots. Week 10, they're going to be facing off against the LA Chargers. And then Week 11 is going to be Minnesota Vikings. Week 12, Houston Texans. Week 13, they'll be facing off against the Washington Commanders. Week 13. Hey, Cameron, you're kind of late to the party. Week 14, they'll be facing off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 15, Cincinnati Bengals. Week 16, they'll be facing up against the Indianapolis Colts. Week 17, they'll be facing off against the Jaguars once again. Week 18, they'll be wrapping up their season against the Houston Texans. Okay, and now we're moving on to the AFC West. Hey. So once we're done with AFC West, and then we'll be moving on to the NFC, which is the NFC division of the NFL. We'll go for the Broncos schedule. Interesting. The Broncos will be facing off against the Seattle Seahawks. That's a good one. Okay, that's week 1 for them. Week 2 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 3, they'll be facing off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 4, they'll be facing the Jets. Week 5, the Las Vegas Raiders. Week 6, the Los Angeles Chargers. Yeah, that's their division rival. Okay, yeah. They got back-to-back division games. So they're facing off against the Raiders in Week 5. Week 6 is the LA Chargers. And then Week 7, they'll be facing off against the New Orleans Saints. Week 8, Carolina Panthers. Week 9, they'll be facing off against the Baltimore Ravens in Maryland. In Baltimore, Maryland, actually. Week 10, they'll be facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. Week 11, the Atlanta Falcons. Week 12, they'll be facing off against the Las Vegas Raiders once again. Week 13, they'll be facing against the Cleveland Browns. Week 14, they got a bye week. Week 15, Indianapolis Colts. Week 16, Los Angeles Chargers once again. Week 17, they'll be facing off against the Bengals. And then Week 18, they'll be finishing up their season with the division rival, Kansas City Chiefs. And then we'll be facing off against we'll be dealing with the Kansas City Chiefs schedule after this drop. And we'll do a few more claims here, and then we'll just like back off. We'll just try to go through the NFC division.
Take flight.
He's out.
Order guide you. Stabilize.
Delicate as silk. Kamisato art. Sometsu. Access denied.
Maybe we could actually bring in Elu.
Crumble.
All hail. Next customer.
I will have order. Solidify.
Oh, these guys have tracked stone for a while.
Whirling snow.
Damn, that's a home run right there.
Scatter. My apologies.
He's already dead.
Embrace the ice.
Ah, you son of a gun. Hey, no living under a limb here, bud. You're done. You're dead. You gotta go down. Alright. Okay, so we're going for the Chiefs schedule right now. They're Super Bowl champs. Did I not? I was gonna say, did I not accept whatever the heck? Doesn't have to ask me that all the freaking time, man. Like, come on. Okay, we're not counting preseason. I did go over this earlier with the Ravens schedule, so Chiefs and Ravens will be beating each other in week 1, so I don't have to go over that. Week 2, they'll be facing off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 3, they'll be facing off against the Atlanta Falcons. Week 4, they're going to be facing off against the Los Angeles Chargers in LA. Week 5, the New Orleans Saints. Week 6, they got a bye week. Week 7, they'll be facing off against the San Francisco 49ers, which, like I said, this is a rematch between these two teams from the Super Bowl. Week 8, Las Vegas, they'll be facing off against the Las Vegas Raiders. That's their division rival. Week 9, Tampa Bay Bucks. Week 10, they're facing off against the Broncos. That should be an easy win. Week 11, Buffalo Bills. Week 12, Carolina Panthers. Week 13, the Las Vegas Raiders. Week 14, the LA Chargers. Week 15, the Cleveland Browns. Week 16, Houston Texans. Week 17, Pittsburgh Steelers. And then they'll be wrapping up their season on Week 18 against the Denver Broncos. So, that's that there. And then I'll go over the Raiders schedule. I kind of do feel okay. Oh, jeez. I think this is my last claim. I think it is. Yeah, that's my last claim. This is my last claim. Alrighty. Wait, let me just go and give my characters the buffs they need. I might have to get the last defensive buff because I got the last one of these.
Gather!
Whirling snow! Yeah!
Let's go.
This is order. Stabilize.
This is long overdue. My apologies.
Delicate as silk.
Born of ice and frost. Coming to art. Sometsu.
I will have order. Solidify.
Access denied.
Stabilize.
All hail.
He's out. Ready then. Okay, week 1. Okay, so week 1, they got the Los Angeles Chargers. Okay, so that's the division rivalry game right there. And then week 2, the Chargers got... No, the Raiders got the Ravens. And on week 2. Obviously, I think I went over that earlier. Week 3, they'll be facing off against the Carolina Panthers. Week 4... Well, Carolina Panthers, let's go back to that one. That should be an easy win for them. Should be. Week 4, they're going up against the Cleveland Browns. Week 5, the Denver Broncos, which is another division rival. Week 6, they're facing off against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 7, they'll be facing off against the Los Angeles Rams. And week 8 is going to be Kansas City Chiefs. Week 9, Cincinnati Bengals. Week 10, they got a bye. Week 11, Miami Dolphins. Week 12, which I believe I went over with the Broncos. So Broncos and and Raiders are facing each other once again. So yeah, I don't have to go through that again. Week 13, Kansas City Chiefs once again. Week 14, Tampa Bay Bucks. Week 15, the Atlanta Falcons. Week 16, Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 17, New Orleans Saints. And Week 18, they'll be finishing up their season against the Los Angeles Chargers. And then now we go through Chargers schedule for the season. And that's the last from the AFC West. Oh, what do you know? Whew. Okay. Okay. Dang, I love like how these football teams has like their own like catchphrases. Like the Chargers just like bolt up. You know, like the Chargers are very interesting. They're very interesting to watch. There are times they'll have a blowout game. There are times they'll have like a great game. There are times they'll have sometimes they'll have a bad performance where it's like great. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. Alrighty then. So let's see. Let's go to Amber. Oh no! Is its attack percentage? No, I can't risk that. That has crit damage. No. I can't risk that because this one only has a crit rate of 3.9. That's the problem right there. That lies the biggest difficulty right there. That is not something I did not want to see. That looks like something like fodder. I mean, the HP's good, but I don't want to lose out. My problem is I don't want to lose out on... I don't want to lose out on, like, any feather that has any crit. Like, these artifact sets are, like, really tough to freaking do. Let's go to the drop box and let's see what we can get. Oh, I can't lock it. $15. Let me see. HP. Why do I see this as promising? Okay, let's go to Gaming real quick. Oh wait, Gaming's on level 80, so it's I have actually like already. Gaming, where are you? There you are, my man. Okay. Level 4. Level 9. Level 11. HP. It aimed at HP. But the crit rate went up. And Amber's... That's the difficult part. Well, it's at 3.9, while crit rate is up 7.0. And Elemental Mastery is plus 21. The difference is this, though. I don't care. I actually do not care if it reaches. But I don't want to get rid of this. No, not that one. I don't want to get rid of this. Just in case. I'm gonna lock it. Because I have a feeling... I got a feeling that this might be... That might target Elemental Mastery.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
Okay, so... Alright guys, just give me like a few seconds again. I'm gonna take a little bathroom break. I'll be right back. So give me just like 2 minutes. Oh man. Okay, back guys. Alright. So okay, so now it's vice versa. So week 1, the Chargers will be facing off against the Vegas Raiders. We already went over this earlier today. And then week 2, they'll be facing off against the Carolina Panthers. Week 3, Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 4, they'll be facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 5, they got a bye week. Denver Broncos on week 6. Chargers will be facing off against the Arizona Cardinals on week 7. Week 8, the New Orleans Saints. Week 9, they'll be facing off against the Cleveland Browns. Week 10 is the Tennessee Titans. Week 11, the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 12, Baltimore Ravens. Week 13, the Atlanta Falcons. Week 14, they'll be facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs again. Week 15, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 16, Denver Broncos. Week 17, they'll be facing off against the New England Patriots. And Week 18, they'll be facing off against the Vegas Raiders as their last game of the season. Now that wraps up the AFC side of the NFL. Now we're going for the NFC side. Now this is where things get a little interesting here. So we're going to start off with the NFC North. Okay, let's see here. Get this out of here. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay, everything ready? Okay, good. Everything's all cool. Alright, let's see. Which Heliotrope camp I'm gonna go destroy today? Should I? Actually, I think I am gonna farm a little more things right now, so 600. Okay. Just go over here. I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like one of those good ones. Just do this one.
Are you going to hold a festival? I'll bring my seasonings.
I'm hoping I switch their swords back. Actually, wait, no. I'm bringing Arlecchino.
An insurmountable problem, I presume.
Next time, be sure to make a proper appointment.
Okay. Well, this actually has helped out a lot, so here we go. After covering all of the football team schedule, I'm gonna take a break and then we're gonna do another Genshin stream where oh, I will not hack out the data if I were you. There we go. Okay, the Bears and Texans have a Hall of Fame game August 1st, so we're gonna skip that. And the preseason games. So here we go. Week 1, the Bears will be starting their season with the Tennessee Titans. Week 2, the Bears will be facing off against the Houston Texans. Week 3, they will be facing off against the Indianapolis Colts. Week 4, they'll be facing off against the Los Angeles Rams. Week 5, they'll be facing off against the Carolina Panthers. And this better be a freaking easy win for this team, because if they lose to the Carolina Panthers, oh man, it'll be an embarrassment. But then again, the Bears had the #1 pick via Carolina Panthers since they gave up their #1 pick. Week 6, they'll be facing off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 7, they have a bye week. Week 8, they're going to be facing off against the Washington Commanders. Week 9, they'll be facing off against the Arizona Cardinals. And then Week 10, they're going up against the New England Patriots. Week 11, they'll be facing off against the Green Bay Packers, where the Packers have owned the Chicago Bears as long as I can remember when they had Aaron Rodgers at the time. Week 12, they'll be facing off against the Minnesota Vikings. Oh my god, yo, not again. We got a freaking 3-peat for this team. In Week 13, they'll be facing off against the Detroit Lions. Oh man, bro. In Week 14, they're facing off against the San Francisco 49ers. And I know that the Bears are going to get walloped against the 49ers. Oh my god, dude. Oh man, my best friend who is a Packers fan, basically, I know that he'll love to see a good beatdown again on those Bears. He just freaking loves it when the Bears lose to a good team. Oh man, dude. Ah, this is gonna be funny. Week 15, they're facing off against the Minnesota Vikings. It's Week 16, the Detroit Lions. Week 17, they'll be facing off against the Seattle Seahawks. In Week 18, they're going to end their season against the Green Bay Packers. Oh, man. I think they're going to end up losing on most of their games this year once again. Oh, my God. This looks like another tough schedule. I think this is the second tough schedule I've seen for the Chicago Bears. I'm sorry, Chicago, but I think you're not going to have a winning season this year. Oh, man, dude. This is going to be so funny. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Let's check out the Detroit Lions. I'm always interested to seeing how tough their schedule will be, though. But the Bears schedule is freaking so funny. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Don't count. Regular season, they'll start off their season against the Los Angeles Rams, the home opener. Week 2, they'll be facing off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think I see them winning their first 2 games. Let alone like week 3. I think I see them winning their first 3 games against the Arizona Cardinals. So I think they'll go 3-0. Week 4 might be semi-tough though, but week 4 I see the Lions and the Seahawks having a great game against each other. I could see them barely getting out there, barely winning that game with a scratch, basically. So I think I see the Lions beating Seattle in a great game. Week 5, they got a bye week. Week 6 is revenge game. This is the revenge game for the Lions. And let me tell you why this is the revenge game for them. And the reason why is because they're facing those good-for-nothing Dallas Cowboys. And this game still angers me to this day. Last year, when that freaking elf on the shelf, Brad Allen, fucked over the Detroit Lions. When one of the players was eligible, reported himself as eligible, and fucked them over for it though, and fucked the Lions over so the Cowboys can win, which really gave the Cowboys the freaking division. So this is gonna be crunch time, and I hope the Lions will get their revenge and crush and beat the shit out of those fucking Cowboys. Because there's gonna be some justice in week 6. And once justice is served, the Cowboys are gonna be crying in freaking Jerry World. Freaking put their asses in their place. Because if the refs screw them over again, then they're gonna be hearing from me when I go on a fit again. And I'm not afraid to be calling our referees and Jerry Jones and tipping them refs. That stupid old geezer. I hate Jerry Jones. Nobody likes him anyway. Week 7, they're going to be facing their division rival, the Minnesota Vikings. Week 8, they'll be facing off against the Tennessee Titans. Week 9, they're facing off against the Green Bay Packers. Week 10, the Packers will be facing off against the Lions will be facing off against the Houston Texans. My bad. Week 11, they'll be facing off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 12, Indianapolis Colts. Week 13, they'll be facing off against the Chicago Bears. Once again at Ford Field. And Week 14, against the Green Bay Packers. Week 15 will be the Buffalo Bills. That's going to be a tough game. I can see it. Week 16, the Chicago Bears once again. Week 17, the San Francisco 49ers. And then they're going to wrap up their season on Week 18 against the Minnesota Vikings. All right. Let's get to the next one here so I can do my quick claim right here. Another sound delay.
Overruled.
Nice. I freaking love playing as Arlecchino. She may be a Fatui. She may be a Fatui, but she's got to take care of her kids. That's the house of the hearth. To me, she's more of a tweener. She could be good and bad. And they say there's no such things as a good team. You see her opinions? Fatui. She's not a villain. You could say pretty much that she's like a vigilante. Okay, first things first though, let's go over the Green Bay Packers schedule, ladies and gentlemen. I know some of you Packer fans been wanting to hear me do this. So, no, excuse me, my bad. It's a good thing that I actually have. You know, I should actually print out the Giants schedule. Is that a video? No thanks. These don't count. Okay. Everybody knows this already. They're going to be playing in Brazil. The Eagles and the Packers, they're going to be facing each other in Brazil. So that's week 1. So I want to get that out of the way. Week 2, they'll be facing off against the Indianapolis Colts at Lambeau Field. Week 3, they'll be facing off against the Tennessee Titans at Nissan Stadium. Week 4, they got a division rivalry game against the Minnesota Vikings at Lambeau Field. Week 5, the LA Rams at SoFi Stadium. Week 6, Arizona Cardinals at Lambeau Field. And then week 7, they'll be facing off against the Houston Texans at Lambeau Field. Week 8, they'll be facing off against the Jacksonville Jaguars at Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida. Week 9, another division game against the Detroit Lions at Lambeau Field. This is going to be a great game, though, because now that the Lions are actually good, I can see these two teams. I'm surprised I didn't go through this yet, though, but the Lions and the Packers are going to have a great game against each other under 2 meets. But really, it does depend. But if my prediction becomes correct, though, I got a feeling that the Packers and the Lions might get a win off of one another. So there's a chance that the Lions and the Packers are not going to get bragging rights off one another. I think they're gonna get a win off of one another. So it really does depend. Week 10 is their bye week, and week 11 they're going to be facing off against the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. And week 12 is a rematch for the NFC Championship round. From the NFC Championship round. They'll be facing off against the San Francisco 49ers. Julius, if you're still there, the Packers and the 49ers are going to be facing against each other on November 24th on Sunday. Week 13, they'll be facing off against the Miami Dolphins on Thursday, November 28th. So if I remember correctly, this is a Thanksgiving game. Week 14, they will be facing off against the Detroit Lions on Thursday Night Football at Ford Field. Week 15, they'll be facing off against the Seattle Seahawks. I love it when these two teams face each other. Like, it's very entertaining when the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers face each other. I always love it when they face each other. Week 16, they'll be facing off against the New Orleans Saints. Week 17, they'll be facing off against the Vikings. And Week 18, they'll be facing off against the Chicago Bears for their last game of the season. So that's done. And then I'll be going off on the Viking schedule later.
What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them laid bare. Overruled.
Hey. Did her crit rate just go up? Like, I kid you not. Oh no. I think it's got something to do with the new event, which I did last week on the stream that I took down though because of my rage and stuff like that. I'm telling you, like, I always hate it when you think it's fun. And guess again though, because like when you have certain debuffs that kind of throws your flow off, that it really gets frustrating. And I really don't like it when MiHoYo kind of features those kind of debuffs, because like because you want to try and complete it, but like when they time you for a certain bonus, then they throw like random lightning bolts at you, and it freaking just like throws you off, and it just like takes down your characters. That's not fun at all. Like, who wants to get freaking zapped, like, insta-killed? You know? That takes away the fun. So I think that's something they gotta get rid of. They kind of need to get rid of that debuff of, like, these random lightning bolts. And make these domains fun again. You know? Because, like, getting zapped by a random lightning bolt is really unfair. That's like being punished for something that you're doing just to try to get things done much quicker. So that's why like I believe that they should get rid of. They should get rid of just like the lightning bolts basically, like in domains, including like that new domain that they just dropped. Because when you add that kind of debuff, it really throws off the flow, and it really makes it more frustrating, and it just forces you in an automatic fail. Because not even, well, I would say Geo would basically protect you, but no, like, no shields would actually protect you from lightning bolts. All right. I'm gonna go over the Viking schedule. So, okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. So, you guys already know what week 1 is gonna be. But for the Minnesota Vikings, so if you guys haven't seen my Saturday night stream, my short Saturday stream, there was like tragic news that Kyrie Jackson actually was killed in a car crash along with 3 of his friends. A drunk driver actually cut them off, which caused them to be run off the road and crash into which unfortunately tragically killing them. Which is very, very sad, and I feel really, really bad for his friends and family who are going through this tragic event at the moment right now. It's so sad. And the lady who actually caused that accident was actually a drunk driver. So this is why, like, This is why, like, you should never be drinking and driving at the same drinking and driving, because it leads to serious consequences. Like what my brother Savage said, like we talked about this earlier. Like now police do not play around with this anymore, because like you do stuff like that, you're basically going to be in jail for a very, very long time. So that's why they always say don't drink and drive in any alcoholic commercials. Like they always say that. And they always say, please drink responsibly. You see that in these alcohol ads all the time. So if you're not listening to those signs, then a lot of consequences could come your way. So that's why I want to throw that out there. So anyway, moving on. So week 1, obviously they'll be facing off against my New York Giants at MetLife Stadium. Now, I'm going to be talking about this later on, so I'm going to not go into detail just yet. So we'll wait on that. Week 2, they'll be facing off against the San Francisco 49ers, which is the Vikings and the 49ers. Week 3, the Vikings will be facing off against the Houston Texans. Week 4 is the first division rivalry game against the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. I already explained that. Week 4, they'll be facing off against the Jets. Week 6, they got a bye week. Week 7, they're back in Minnesota to face off against the Detroit Lions. Week 8, they'll be facing off against the Rams. And then Week 9, Indianapolis Colts. Week 10, they'll be facing off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 11, they'll be facing off against the Tennessee Titans. Then Week 12, the Chicago Bears. Week 13, Arizona Cardinals. Week 14 will be against the Atlanta Falcons. Week 15, the Chicago Bears once again. Week 16, the Seattle Seahawks. Week 17, the Green Bay Packers. And then they'll be finishing off their season against the Detroit Lions. So, yeah, that's the NFC North. And then, now, next up is going to be the NFC East, which is, now this is where I'm going to get very energetic once I get to this next team.
Transfixed.
Damn. She wiped him out. I think that's my last claim. Alright, let's go. Go to schedule. Excuse me. Aw, man, it's raining. Okay. So here it is. Week 1. For the Commanders, they'll be facing off against the Bucks in Week 1. And then Week 2, they'll be having a home opener against my New York Giants. Week 3, they'll be facing off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 4, the Arizona Cardinals. Week 5, Cleveland Browns. Week 6, they'll be in Baltimore, facing off against the Ravens. Week 7, the Carolina Panthers. Week 8, they'll be facing off against the Chicago Bears. Week 9, they'll be facing my New York Giants once again because we own the Commanders. I'll tell you guys that right now. The Giants own the Commanders. Week 10 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 11, Philadelphia Eagles. Week 12, Dallas Cowboys. Screw the Cowboys. I hate them so much. Week 13, Tennessee Titans. Week 14, they have a bye week. Week 15, the New Orleans Saints. Week 16, they'll be facing off against the Eagles. Week 17, the Atlanta Falcons. And then week 18, they'll be finishing off their season to America's embarrassment, the Dallas Cowboys. And yes, I did say America's embarrassment because the Cowboys are an embarrassment to this league since 1995. Now we're going on to the Eagles.
Something you wish to report?
Eagles schedule.
Go on. You have my undivided attention.
Sometimes in the Hoya Lab, sometimes I'll call them, like, I'll hate them in the Philadelphia Eagles. Because, fun fact, Al Haytham's constellation is an eagle, so it makes sense to match Al Haytham with the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm starting to hate the Eagles more because since they stole Saquon Barkley, he betrayed us. Okay, like I said,
what could the children be up to?
Like I said, week 1,
Never mind. Let
they're
them do
facing
as
the
they
Packers in
please.
Brazil, so I don't have to go over that. Week 2, they'll be facing off against the Atlanta Falcons. Week 3, the New Orleans Saints. Week 4, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 5, they have a bye week. That's very, very, very early. Week 6, they'll be facing off against the Cleveland Browns. Week 7, the Eagles got the Giants. So, like, I'm happy that we did get a win off the Eagles last year, which that kind of like snapped their winning streak against us. So, I got a feeling that the Giants and the Eagles could get a win off one another. So I'm seeing a split. But if they do get a split here, if the Giants win this one, then I'll be happy with it. Week 8, they're facing off against the Bengals. Week 9, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 10, they're facing off the Dallas Cowboys. The only time that I'll pick the Eagles, I pick the Eagles over the Cowboys because I hate the Cowboys more than the Eagles. So hopefully the Eagles will freaking beat the Cowboys twice this year again. Week 11, the Washington Commanders. Week 12, the Los Angeles Rams. Week 13, Baltimore Ravens. Week 14, the Carolina Panthers. Week 15, Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 16, Washington Commanders. Week 17, the Dallas Cowboys. And then week 18, the Giants and the Eagles will close out their season against each other, which I usually like it when the Giants and the Eagles actually close out the season on week 18. You always want to save the Eagles for the best for last. Now that's done. Okay. So, where is Gaming? Alright, Gaming, here's what I'm going to do with you. Now let's see. Defense. It increased its defense. Gonna lock this one. Holy mackerel. Did this actually? Plus 77. That's plus 40. Oh, but she'll lose HP. She'll lose HP if I give her this. And then she'll lose Elemental Mastery. Okay, let's go to Amber real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Because right now she has 21,000. So if we switch, right? 8.2%, right? $84. Yeah, she'll lose Elemental Mastery. And then she'll have 60.8%. That doesn't... It honestly doesn't change... It honestly doesn't... That doesn't change anything. So she'll still be in the 60s in crit rate. So... So, I think Amber should just... So, I think that should stay. Because let's say this. Okay. 26% crit damage. That's 23.3. That's attack percentage right there. So, I don't want to mess with that. So, let's say this. This is crit rate, right? See, there's nothing here that could change that. So let's say even if that's Hydra damage bonus, but that's useless. So let's say this, right? Let's say if I choose to actually switch attack percentage with giving her HP for this one to switch up the attack percentage, right? So I would get this to Amber, but the crit rate is very weak. That's the only difference. While this one has 20% and Zhengling owns that one. And then, let's see. But this one is no good. None of them are. None of these are good. This is no good either. So even if I were to, let's say... Okay. If I would have got another circlet, right? Of Witch's Scorching Hat of crit rate, I would... That features crit damage. I definitely would switch it. But the only problem is this. I could still have the same amount of crit rate and the same amount of crit damage. But the only problem is that you have to make sure that it has the same amount of crit damage of 32.6%. That's the highest. That's the luck. That's my lucky. Yeah, that's my my lucky circlet right there. That's why I would not mess with it. That's why I don't want to mess with Amber's. That's why I don't want to mess with Amber's with Amber's like artifacts. I don't want to mess with it. Cause like once I mess with it, it's done. That's why I don't. That's why I choose not to mess with it. All this here is like... Yeah, all this here is actually open around here. Is there any... any treasures around there? In that area? Anyway, okay. We're done with the Eagles schedule. Let's go to my New York Giants. This is where things get very interesting here. I'm so happy to finally do the Giants schedule.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Okay. Later. Okay, so here we go, guys. Week 1. The Giants' home opener will be against the Minnesota Vikings. This is the game that... This is the thing I didn't want to say on the Vikings schedule, but I wanted to say this on the Giants schedule. Me and H. Joshi are trying to plan on going to this game, the game opener. So, once that freaking happens, we're going to that game, and then there's a possible chance of doing a live stream at MetLife Stadium, but only if we get the tickets. That's that. So that's the opener, and then the Giants will be facing off against the Washington Commanders week 2, which I know the Giants are going to win that game. Week 3, the Giants will be facing off against the Cleveland Browns. So I think the Giants will start at 3-0 if my prediction is correct. Week 4, the Dallas Cowboys, which I'm hoping the Giants will beat the freaking Cowboys. I will be watching that game on September 26th. So there will clearly, let's be clear here, that day there will be no live stream. No live stream on that day. And the reason why I'm saying this is because of this. If I'm watching that game and I'm streaming for you guys, that's a bad combination right there, because I will go off. I will go off, basically, and I will be raging like a storm when it comes to my team. And that's why I don't stream when my Giants are on TV, or on my days off when I'm watching the Giants play. And then week 5, the Giants will be facing off against the Seattle Seahawks. Week 6, the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 7 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 8, this is going to be a tough one. We're facing off against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's going to be a good one, but yet that game's going to be tough. Week 9, facing the Commanders once again. Week 10 is going to be an easy game. The Carolina Panthers. Oh, but but that game's going to be in Germany though. I totally forgot about that. That's right. Totally forgot. Week 11 is a bye week for the Giants. Week 12 we're facing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then week 13 is off to Dallas to face the stupid Cowboys. Hopefully the Giants will embarrass them. Week 14, they'll be facing off against the Saints. Week 15, we're facing Baltimore. So that's going to be a great game. Then week 16, the Atlanta Falcons. And then week 17, the Indianapolis Colts. And then the Giants will be ending their season against the Philadelphia Eagles on week 18. So that's that. All right, now which way am I gonna go? No. All right. There has to be something up there that's very high up. Got 9 teams to go, guys. 9 football teams to go. Alright, let's pause this game. Alright. Now let's look at the Cowboys schedule. America's embarrassment is what I like to call it instead of being called America's team. I kid you not, if I find out that they have an easy schedule, I'm gonna be so freaking angry. Let's see. The Browns will be, well, obviously, you know, the Cleveland Browns will be facing off against the Cowboys. Week 2, the New Orleans Saints. Look at that. I don't know why, but if I feel like the first 2 games are freaking are easy picking for them, like always. Like always. Week 3 against the Baltimore Ravens, well, that's going to be a loss for them. Week 4 against the Giants, obviously. Week 5 against the Steelers, well, I think that's a loss for them. Week 6 is a revenge game for the Lions, so hopefully the Lions beat them. Week 7 is a bye week. They can't lose that game. Week 8, the San Francisco 49ers. I see a loss in that one. Week 9, Atlanta Falcons. That's too much of an easy picking for Dallas, like always. Week 10, Philadelphia Eagles. I see a loss in that one. Week 11, Texans. I see a loss for them. I see a loss for the Cowboys. I see the Cowboys losing to the Texans. Week 12, against the Commanders. Figures it'd be easy picking because the Commanders suck. Week 13 against the Giants. We'll have to see how that goes, though, because if the Giants do beat the Cowboys and the Cowboys somehow find a way to get a win, I mean, I'll be okay with the Giants getting a win off them, getting 1 win and then Cowboys split. But if the Giants do beat them twice, that'd be freaking icing on the cake. Week 14, Cincinnati Bengals. That's an iffy one. If the Bengals do play good against Dallas, then they can beat them. Just as long as Joe Burrow is healthy. Week 15, it figures easy picking. Like, seriously. Week 16, Tampa Bay Bucks. That's got to be a tough one. Tough one, though, because you have Baker Mayfield as the quarterback, so you know that's gonna be good. But I see a loss for the Cowboys for that one. Week 17 against the Eagles, I see a loss in that one. Then week 18 against Washington, we'll have to see. We'll have to see about week 18. I guess you don't care about the Cowboys. Got eight teams to go, so now we're on the Bucks schedule. Don't worry, guys. Almost done. Almost done. So the Bucks will be opening their game against the Commanders and Tampa. The week 2, they're facing off against the Detroit Lions. Week 3 is the Denver Broncos. Week 4 is the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 5 is against the Atlanta Falcons. Week 6, New Orleans against the Saints. Week 7 against the Baltimore Ravens. Week 8 against the Atlanta Falcons once again. Week 9, the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 10, San Francisco 49ers. Week 11 they have a bye week, and then Tampa's going to be in New York week 12 facing off against the Giants. Week 13 the Carolina Panthers. Week 14 the Las Vegas Raiders. And then week 15 they'll be facing the Chargers. Week 16 against the Cowboys. Week 17 Carolina Panthers. Week 18 the New Orleans Saints, which would be their last game. Okay. So now we go to the Saints schedule. Now this is preseason, so alright. Regular season. Well, I can see the Saints going 1-0 against the Carolina Panthers. Since, you know, like, well, they're starting off with a division game, a division rivalry game. So I see the Saints getting a win off here. Then week 2, I have a feeling that the Saints might get a win against the Cowboys. So, like, if they do get a win against the Cowboys, that'd be sweet. And I think it'll give us the opportunity to beat them. Week 3, they got the Eagles. And then week 4, they're facing off against the Falcons. That's another division game right there. Week 5 is the Kansas City Chiefs for the Saints. Week 6, they go back. They face Tampa. Yeah, week 6, they face Tampa. Week 7, they face the Broncos. Week 8, they're facing off against the Los Angeles Chargers. Week 9, they're going to be facing off against the Carolina Panthers. And week 10, they're facing off against the Atlanta Falcons. And then, let's see, week 11, the Cleveland Browns. They got a bye week on week 12. Week 13, they're facing off against the Rams. Week 14, obviously, I did say this before earlier, the Saints got the Giants. But the Giants and the Saints have a history together. They always have great games against each other. Whether if they both have no offensive line or whether their defense is just bad in general. I think their best game was when Drew Brees was facing off Drew Brees and Eli Manning having like a quarterback duel. Basically, it was like a high-scoring game. Even though the Giants lost that game, it was a great game regardless, though. That was really entertaining. But it was like a long time ago, actually. Now, week 15, they're facing off against Washington. Week 16, Green Bay. Week 17, the Las Vegas Raiders. And I believe they're ending it with Tampa Bay. Yeah, they're ending it with Tampa Bay. Now we're off to Carolina. Oh, man. Alright. This is tough to go through. Like, it really is. I have to see if there's actually like any treasure around here. Because if there's no treasure here, then you know, then this area here is actually pretty useless. They're quiet. You might as well leave them alone. What's over here? I don't think I never checked out this area. So I know there should be like a few areas that have like treasure chests and stuff like that, but I don't even know. No good over here. Yeah, no good. Alright, so let's see. What am I doing now? It's too bad that you can't actually, like... No chest, no nothing. Yeah, you figured that they would actually, like... bring, like, chests around here and stuff like that. Unfortunately, that's not the case. I think that's yeah, that's that little island over there in Fontaine, so strange. I wonder where that... That's an interesting little island. Let's go check that out. This is, yeah, all this was, yeah, since all this was not here, since all of this was not here, you could probably check that out. Instead of actually just like trying to go around, let's just head straight. Let me get my Farina. Let's go.
How brilliant!
There has to be something here. There has to be.
May I present?
I would figure there'd be some helichurls there. It's a helichurl rogue. Let's see. If there's a helichurl rogue there. Now let's see.
Ready for a rehearsal?
Alright.
Think you can get away?
Ah, Fenty. Okay, Venti's not.
Yahoo! How rude! Let's play!
Uh-oh.
Eat this! Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff.
Got it.
Up to the super freeze! Time for a light show!
Okay, suck to a vortex, buddy. Ah, the vortex
Here we
wore
go.
out.
Yeah!
Man, I gotta freaking get him into a freaking.
Fire hazard!
I'm undefeated against this guy. Alright, you better have some. There's better be a chest up there. If not, it's just like your ordinary freaking island. No chest, nothing. No chest, no nothing. Ah, Jesus. Like I said, I did say that there was going to be 2 different streams, so I didn't think this was going to take this long for a 3-hour stream. Okay. So Panthers, actually they got the Saints week 1. Week 2, they're facing off against the Chargers, which I already explained this earlier. Week 3, they got the Raiders. Week 4, the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 5, they got the Chicago Bears. Week 6, the Atlanta Falcons. Week 7, the Commanders. Week 8, the Broncos. Week 9, the Saints. Week 10, the Giants. Week 11, they got a bye week. Week 12, Kansas City Chiefs. Week 13, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 14, the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 15, the Dallas Cowboys. Week 16, the Arizona Cardinals. Week 17, Tampa Bay again. And then they're closing out their season against the Falcons. So, that's... Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a break here after this stream, because I'm gonna take a break and then bounce back and do Nouvelette's quest. Guys, hang on 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright. That's better. Had to step up for a moment. Starting up. Okay. Okay, so week 1, the Falcons got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 1. Week 2, they got the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 3, the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 4, the New Orleans Saints. And week 5, they'll be facing off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then week 6, Carolina Panthers. Week 7, the Seattle Seahawks. And week 8, they'll be facing off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers again. And then week 9, the Dallas Cowboys. And week 10, the Saints. Week 11, they'll be facing the Broncos. Week 12 is their bye week. And then week 13, they'll be going to LA to face off against... Actually, no, they're not going to LA. They're going to be at home against the Chargers. Week 14, they're facing off against the Vikings at US Bank Stadium. And then week 15, they'll be facing off against the Raiders in Las Vegas. And week 16, they got my New York Giants, which I know the Giants are going to beat them. Week 17, they'll be facing the Commanders. And then week 18, they're facing off against the Panthers as their last game of the season. Alright, the last 4, I'm going to try to like breeze right freaking through this as quick as possible because like there's only four schedules to go. Alright. Preseason, no. We're facing... Okay, so week 1, the Cardinals will be facing off against the Buffalo Bills. Then week 2, they'll be facing off against the Rams as their home opener. Week 3, they're facing off against the Detroit Lions at home. Week 4, they'll remain at home against the Washington Commanders. Week 5, they're going to Levi Stadium against the San Francisco 49ers. Week 6, oh, damn. That's going to be sold out. Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. Damn. Week 7, the Los Angeles Chargers. They'll be in LA for the Monday night game. And then week 8 they'll be facing off... Sorry guys, I think my stomach's kind of acting up just a bit. Ah, Jesus. Week 8, they'll be facing off against the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium. Week 9, they'll be facing off against the Chicago Bears. Week 10, New York Jets. Week 11, they have a bye week. Week 12, they're going to be facing off against the Seattle Seahawks. Week 13, the Minnesota Vikings. Week 14, the Seattle Seahawks again. The Seattle Seahawks once again. Oh my god, that's funny. Week 15, the New England Patriots. Week 16 against the Carolina Panthers. Then their last 2 games, they're going to be facing off against the Rams and the San Francisco 49ers for week 17 and 18. The NFC West is a very freaking tough division. So the Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Rams are like one of the tough teams in the division, basically. So they're basically one of the toughest teams out there. Alright, hang on one second, guys. I gotta step off for another minute again. I apologize for this again. I mean, just give me a few seconds. Once again, guys, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience again. My stomach's been feeling very, like, my stomach's been making my body very weak, so, like, I drank, like, a whole, like, cup, like, of mango dragon fruit with black tea, so basically that kind of made me feel hungry, so I actually do need something to eat. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. So I kind of do need a little something to eat here, so, but that way, like, I'm not feeling weak. And this is not the first time I felt weak, especially, like, on stream. Okay. Okay, now I feel so much better now. Now I feel a little bit better. So I went with the Cardinals, so let's go to Seattle Seahawks. In which I like to call it Paimon and the Seattle Seahawks. A fun fact, the VA of Paimon is a diehard Seahawks fan, so yes, I give them praise for being a diehard football fan like I am. Okay, so here it is. The first game of the season is against the LA Chargers. And then their second game, they're going to continue to be on the road against the Tennessee Titans. Week 3, they're going to have their home opener against the Cleveland Browns. Wait. No. I'm looking at freaking preseason, damn it. Come on. I told you guys this was going to be a long and tough stream. Well, I didn't say long, but it said it was going to be a tough stream. So, this is like... Their actual home opener is against the Denver Broncos. Week 1. And then... Week 2 is against the New England Patriots. Week 3 is going to be against the Miami Dolphins. Week 4 is a Monday night game against the Detroit Lions. Week 5, and you know, the Seahawks got the New York Giants, so yeah. Week 6 is going to be a tough one for them. San Francisco 49ers. So that's going to be a good one. Week 7 is against the Atlanta Falcons. Week 8 will be up against the Buffalo Bills. Then week 9 will be up against the Los Angeles Rams. Then they got a bye week, week 10. Week 11 is San Francisco 49ers. Then week 12 is going to be the Arizona Cardinals. Week 13, New York Jets. Week 14, Arizona Cardinals. Then week 15 is going to be against the Green Bay Packers. Then week 16, Minnesota Vikings. Week 17, Chicago Bears. And week 18, they're going to finish up their season against the LA Rams. Alright. Now, next one is going to be Julius's team, which is the San Francisco 49ers. Alright, let's go over here. And this game has been paused long enough already, so let's hop right into it. Okay, so... Okay, please get back on the green, please. So I don't want this game to disconnect on me. Okay. Faithful of the Bay. Aw, man, you gotta love like their catchphrases and stuff like that. This is pre-season. No. Okay. Okay, so here it is. So week 1 will be.
If we've got nothing else to do, why don't I tell you a story?
So week 1 will be against the New York Jets for the San Francisco 49ers. And then week 2 will be the Minnesota Vikings. Week 3 will be against the LA Rams. And then week 4 will be the New England Patriots. Week 5 will be up against the Arizona Cardinals. Week 6, the Seattle Seahawks. Week 7, Kansas City Chiefs. Week 8, the Dallas Cowboys. Week 9, they got a bye week. Week 10 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 11 will be up against the Seahawks once again. Then week 12 will be the Green Bay Packers. Week 13 is going to be against the Buffalo Bills. And then week 14, the Chicago Bears. That's easy picking for San Francisco. Because the Bears suck. Week 15 is the LA Rams. Week 16 is the
are a must
Miami
for the
Dolphins.
well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Week 17 is the Detroit Lions. And then week 18, their last game of the season will be against the Arizona Cardinals. Now, last but not least, now we're at the Rams schedule. Finally, the last team to cover. The last freaking team to cover. Oh my god. You thought you guys, and I thought I was never gonna freaking get through this.
Boring. Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
Okay.
Time for a light check. Let's play.
Oh, he was down already. Come on, man.
Wouldn't fighting be
Oh, that's
faster?
gonna hurt. Now this should be pretty interesting. Now all I gotta do is make sure that Jingling and Yoimiya's Wait. That's a problem right there. That's a problem.
Out of the frying pan, it's Goldfish up too. Think you can get away?
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Nice and spicy.
Oh no! It didn't work.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire. Race you. Yeah. Here we go.
There we go.
You're toast. Time for takeoff.
That's weird because it didn't work. It didn't work whatsoever. Like, I kind of figured it would. Oh well. Stuff like that happens. Anyway. Okay. This is the last one. So the Rams will be facing off against the Detroit Lions week 1. Then week 2, they'll be facing off against the Arizona Cardinals, which is their division rival. Week 3, San Francisco 49ers. Back-to-back division games. Week 4, they'll be facing off against the Chicago Bears. Week 5, Green Bay Packers. Week 6, they have a bye week. Week 7, they'll be facing off against the Las Vegas Raiders. Week 8, Minnesota Vikings. Week 9, they'll be facing off against the Seattle Seahawks. And Week 10, the Miami Dolphins. Week 11, the New England Patriots. Week 12, the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 13, the New Orleans Saints. Week 14, they'll be facing off against the Buffalo Bills.
Pets? They're very cute.
And then week 15, they go to Levi Stadium. They go to San Francisco to face off against the 49ers. Then week 16, they'll be facing off against the Jets. Week 17, Arizona Cardinals. And week 18 will be the Seattle Seahawks. They'll be going back-to-back division games for the last time. For the rest of their... For the last 2 games of the season. So... But there you have it. That's all the team schedules. Oh, thank God it's finally over. Man, I didn't think I was actually gonna get through that. That was so freaking hard. That's why I said it was gonna be a tough stream because, man, I don't know how professional sports analysts do stuff like that, but my God, I may not be one of them, but shoot, it's cool to go through the football schedules for each team. I'll tell you that for sure. Oh man, alrighty then. So, alrighty, so. I'm gonna take a break now, and then I will be back by another I'll be back in a half an hour to finish up the Nouvellette quest. Okay? So just give me 30 minutes because I'm gonna eat, then and then after that, I'm gonna resume stream to finish up Nouvellette's quest. Okay, so don't go anywhere because Lpcruz212 will be right back.